There are two phrases you don't often hear put together. Open for business, also for sale. But this is the story with a legacy business here on Fry Boulevard. M&M Cycling is open for business, but also for sale. Welcome back to another episode of Checking In with Jeff Davenport, brought to you by M&M Cycling here on Fry Boulevard, right between Lenzner and 7th. You will find the bicycle shop that I have used for so many years. Believe it or not, 30 years ago, M&M Cycling came to be. We're going to talk a little bit about the history, the legacy of this fantastic business, but then on top of it, the fact that the business is for sale. Now you're thinking, well, I don't know if I want to buy a bicycle shop. Well, the good news is it doesn't have to be a bicycle shop. It can be if you'd like, but the building itself is for sale. You guys know what it looks like when you walk on into M&M Cycling here in Sierra Vista. You get greeted by Maggie. Hey, Maggie girl. Hey, how are you? Oh, you get to be a superstar today. Everybody gets to see you. It's okay. Oh, I know. I know the camera's weird, huh? That's a weird thing. That's all right. But anyway, right here inside M&M Cycling, all of your cycling needs, everything you could possibly want for your bike to be fixed, to be brand new, to be like new, and everything else. There you go. Now Maggie's getting some treats. Good girl. Good girl, get some treats. Absolutely. Martin, I'm going to hook you up with this right here because we need to talk to you, my friend, about this crazy adventure called M&M Cycling.
Sure.
There's two M's in M and M. There's Martin and there's Mike.
But it's either Mike or Martin.
That's true.
So,
yeah, who gets the first M? Who gets top billing between you guys?
It's normally him.
Okay, all right.
Which is the way it is. Yeah.
It
flows better.
It flows better.
Mike and Martin.
Yeah, better than Martin and Mike. I can see that. Yeah, having the single syllable working into the two syllable. But you know, before we get talking about the adventure that has been M&M Cycling, what I'd like to do is talk about timing. Timing is everything, they say, and having a sign out front that has a couple of different phrases that you usually don't see going together, that being open for business, also for sale. You don't see that too often, but that's what M&M Cycling is going through right now.
Exactly, yeah.
And what's the concept of the timing of this?
Well, we've been here 30 years in business, you know, and it's just time to move on for us. The next step, you know, Mike's family's moved on out of state. He wants to be with them, and he's been away from them for quite a while now. And I personally was hoping to kind of retire about this age, you know.
Yeah.
So, and that might be going into semi-retirement, depending if somebody's interested in taking things over. Obviously, me and Mike would both be here to see a transition take form, and then I'd be here more long-term if somebody does want somebody extra to range and guide them, and then just kind of slowly disappear. That would be the best case scenario. A worst case, which is not so bad, that, you know, we'd have to kind of liquidate and then sell the commercial property. But we're trying our best right now with the help of Michelle, our realtor, to try and get this as a going concern, you know.
And Michelle, let's talk about this. Come on over. Let's talk to you. Here we go. I've got this mic here that we can kind of bounce back and forth between us. Sure. So obviously everybody knows Michelle Hagele. Her phone number is actually in the post description. So if you are interested in this property, either for a bicycle shop, which would be amazing, or just for another business here on Fry Boulevard, that's basically what's going on here, Michelle,
Absolutely.
Right?
Yes, we would love to see the legacy continue, but if that's not the case, then someone who would love to have this prime commercial property on Fry Boulevard, that's another option.
Now, Michelle, are you a bicycle rider yourself?
My husband actually cycles every day. I do join him occasionally.
See, that's because you're too busy selling properties.
Yes.
You're too busy you know, for Long Realty. This is why it says, you know, top sales on her license plate, or something, top seller, I believe, or something like that on her license plate. I see that around town. Michelle, what's it like to work with these guys and then plan ahead for the future when you're here to guide people with the wisdom and knowledge that you have, being a realtor for the amount of time that you've been working with commercial properties is different than just residential, correct?
For sure. I mean, I do both, but yes, very different, much less, typically less emotion, more business, although there's a lot of emotion here because this is a legacy. How many businesses stay in business for 30 years or more, really? So it's my honor. I mean, I was so happy when they called to represent them, and yeah, I think it's going to be amazing either way. I mean, I would love for someone to come in and take it over, and continue it to be a wonderful bike shop that it is.
Exactly, but the options are there for someone. So as a realtor, just with your realtor hat on, looking at this property, can you give us the basics, the dimensions of it, if someone is thinking already in their mind like what they would be looking for, or if Bobby wants to just kind of circle around a little bit and just see the space here?
I don't remember the square footage. Do you remember, Mike? 2250-ish. It's a large lot.
Yeah.
It goes all the, there's much more actual property in the back where someone could even put potentially another building or storage. But the frontage and the visibility is really what's important here. They have lots of natural light, but great visibility too, even if it was a different type of retail. And the signage is also prime.
It's actually the best view of the Huachuca Mountains that you can find, right, Martin?
It's been pretty over the years, watching the sunsets in the evenings and the storms roll in. So it's been nice working and having those views. That's been a plus for sure. And I think it was an old Circle K building at one point, and then we actually added a couple of thousand square feet. So I think the square footage is it must be more than 2,000, Mike. If that's nearly 2 in the back.
It was 25 originally.
Yeah, 25 originally.
Okay.
So, and then added a couple of thousand. So
So I mean, again, the space is here. Obviously, it's set up right now for M&M Cycling.
Oh yeah,
the great M&M Cycling.
Yeah.
But thinking about that, like you said, if there is interest for someone who's watching this video, maybe someone who's going to share this video with somebody and say, hey, I know someone who's interested in getting into this business and being a bicycle shop and continuing this legacy here, which would be super exciting.
Yeah.
You've said at the very beginning of this video that you would be interested in helping a transition time and working through that, should that be the case.
Yeah, because being here so long, we've been through so many ups and downs with this store and supporting the community in so many ways, with triathlons, with the kids' softball teams, soccer teams. I mean, it's just one thing after that we've supported the community with for years. If somebody did come in with some kind of enthusiasm, I'm quite sure they could take the store to another level where, me and Mike, we're kind of getting old at this now, so the enthusiasm is not quite there, but certainly our customers, when we walk through the door, they're taken care of the minute they come through the door.
And that's been the hallmark of M&M Cycling. I mean, I don't even remember the first time I walked in through these doors, but being greeted by some guy who I thought was talking English, but I wasn't sure. And he said, don't miss a boot and come and check a suit. And I thought, I think I'm going to like this guy.
Yeah.
And all those years ago.
Yeah. We've just built up so many good relationships with the community over the years and had lifetime friends. I actually met my wife here, customer. So there's not too many people who say, hey, she was used to be the customer at the bike store, but now we're married, So that was kind of cool.
That is super cool.
And that's not taken away from my first marriage to Mike.
Well, exactly.
Yeah,
yes, that is true.
That was the first marriage, and
right.
then Julie came along.
Yeah, which
later.
A lot of people go through that, and you did as well.
Yeah.
So,
no, I think we've been very lucky to work together and have a great partnership. A lot of partnerships definitely haven't worked out, but ours has worked out. We're definitely different people, and I think that helps as well. Yeah. You get a Chicago boy there, and you get a Daft boy from Scotland, and then it's weird. It's been great, very trusting, and he's raised 4 kids here in this town. I've got a daughter as well, so for us to support our families and grow up here and be part of the community, it's been huge. So it's not over yet, but we're hoping that somebody can take the reins, and we'll work with them. And then worst case, like we said, we can just move on from there. But
And so that's the other side, Michelle, is that well, we'd love to see this continue as a bike store. The other side of this is it doesn't necessarily have to be, correct?
Right, and the square footage is 4,256. I just looked it up.
There we go. That's way more than we thought.
Yeah. Sorry, there's too many numbers in my head. But yes, absolutely. Either way, I mean, we are willing to work with whatever buyers that come in and qualify, and we'd be happy to help them, whether it's liquidating and selling just the property or it's continuing it as a great shop.
And again, Michelle's number is in the post description, so if you or someone you know are interested in this property here, it feels weird to say it, Martin, for you, you're like, yeah, this retirement's going to be great. I'm looking forward to it. The rest of us are very sad. We're very sad that M&M would be closing. We know you're open for business now, even customers walking in at the moment that Mike's talking to right now.
Yeah, we're busy. We're busy. We've got a lot of work, and that's good. And a lot of people that have seen the signage out front that are coming in. So, yeah.
Go ahead. What's that? What's the question, Bobby?
We've got a question. What's the listing price for the property?
Listing price. Is it out there? Is it available to talk about?
Public knowledge. It's listed at $550,000, and then if someone wanted to buy the additional inventory, they've got that at around $100,000.
So there's the answer to that. Again, live interactive video here. It's great to answer questions like that as we're talking. So obviously with Mike, he'll be heading to the Pacific Northwest, but your plans are to stay here in the area, Martin?
I'm not sure. I went outside today and it seemed really warm, so I'm thinking Scotland might just head home, to be honest. Get up into the Scottish Highlands and chase some haggis.
Why not?
Get some cooler breeze.
When was the last time you've been to Scotland, by the way?
I used to go every year, twice a year. So last December was over for a little while. But no, we're happy here. Our family's here, our life's here. And yeah, we enjoy the area, so we'll be staying around for a while.
Now, a lot of people might not know this, but when you walk into M&M Cycling, obviously it's overwhelming to see the amount of inventory that's here and the different options for road, for mountain, for just bike path and everything else that you have. But there's a certain thing that I'd like to draw attention to, Bobby, and that's up here in this corner, right when you walk in. There is a poster. It's a movie poster, and it's called The Flying Scotsman. Did you know that our own Martin Call from M&M Cycling had a movie that he did not star in, but someone played you in a movie?
Yeah.
Talk about this.
Well, it was Graham he's got his World Championship jersey up here. It was somebody I managed at the time who broke the world record on the track. And he built the bike himself, basically, and beat the world on it. So he beat the Olympic champion and
Graham Aubrey.
Graham Aubrey, he set 2 world records. And yeah, they ended up making a movie about it. So Billy Boyd, one of the hobbits from Lord of the Rings, plays my character. And then Johnny Lee Miller plays Graham, who's from Trainspotting and
Sherlock, or Elementary. He was Sherlock Holmes in Elementary, the TV series.
And then Brian Cox is in it as well.
Fantastic character actor, one of the best character actors of all time. And so if people were interested in learning more about you being the manager for this, where could they find The Flying Scotsman?
I think it's on Netflix.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah,
Isn't that amazing? His story's on Netflix. Well, I mean, your story adjacent to the great Graham Aubrey is right there, which is super cool. Yeah. I love that, and having the poster here autographed by Graham looks like right there, and just
and
fantastic.
That's his jersey here.
So his jersey's over here too.
Yeah, that's his World Championship jersey.
Wow,
up there. So he actually
look at that with the autograph on it. Yeah, that is fantastic.
Yeah,
where'd the rest of these jerseys come from?
A lot of them are mine.
Okay, I was gonna.
I raced for Peugeot for 6 years. The green jersey, that was a Tour Mallorca in Spain. I won the opening stage.
Oh my goodness.
King of the Mountains in the Tour of Ireland. I had the red jersey over there.
That's
I won
amazing.
that one. So there's just a mixture, some team jerseys and some of my jerseys mixed in there. As well.
It's kind of funny, when you walk into someone's work or someone's office, there's, photos of them with their family, but here it's literally your blood, sweat, and tears that you spent on a bicycle, being able to show people that not only do you know, obviously, all about how to maintain and find the right bike for the right person, but you've done it all.
Yeah, and like I said, lots of memories here with supporting kids,
Yes.
supporting different aspects with the community, and making real long lifetime friends out of it. We had a bunch of young kids who were representing the store and the community up at the 24 Hours of Old Pueblo, and they were up against Lance Armstrong and a few top riders in awful weather. That was 24 hours, and those young kids from Sierra Vista, they're very talented. They actually beat Lance Armstrong's team by seconds, but they beat them.
Sure.
Which was absolutely huge.
And that's something to think about too. Just in the 30 years that M&M Cycling, by the way, if you're just joining us, M&M Cycling is open for business, but it's also for sale. You need to be kind and rewind and hear us talking to Michelle Hagele about that. And if you're interested in making a purchase or interested in more information about this property, possibly keeping it a bike shop or turning it into another store of some other kind, you need to contact Michelle Hagele. Her phone number is in the post description. One thing that 30 years ago, could you have imagined that 30 years ago? Let me just kind of show this off here for a second, because I saw this, and we were talking about this the other day when I stopped by, knowing that 30 years ago, the only sports that you could play at the high schools around here, football, baseball, basketball, bicycling was not even on the radar, but it has taken this area by storm, right?
Exactly. It's so big now in the state that it's split into two divisions, and Buena mountain bike team, they've been very successful from the outgo, usually topping top three in the state on and off over the years with state champions thrown in there, which is incredible. And there's averaging close to 50 kids a year normally in that team.
That's brilliant,
and they bring the middle school kids in as well with the Skyland team, but there's been a lot of work done with a lot of the coaches and people running that over the years. John Healy, as you know, Jen DeMato. There's just been a huge amount of work that they've put into it. Now the reins are getting passed to new people to do it for these coming years, so I think everyone's just going to get behind them and support them.
But it just seems fascinating that's how big this is now.
It is,
in
and
our
you'll
area.
see some of there's one up there, a picture with the team.
Oh, yeah.
And there's one over here as well.
Oh, great photos.
Yeah.
Just great memories, that were created because of M&M's involvement, because of you and yours and Mike's involvement in the lives of these young people, to be able to help them achieve their dream of having their school logo on the back of their jersey as they're coming. That's just the coolest thing on their bicycle jersey.
I'm gonna have to help some customers.
I know, seriously. We got so many people
Michelle.
coming in here.
Okay.
Let me grab your microphone, and we'll finish talking to Michelle about all this. So Michelle, here, is it okay if I clip this on? I'll do that real quick here. Thank you. Again, if you're just joining us, M&M Cycling, looking to close and to call it a day after 30 years serving this area, helping young people, people of all ages, to be able to get out, stay healthy, exercise, enjoy this beautiful view and the mountains that we have from riding all around, and you being here to help them through this process. Like you said, what an honor. I mean, it's an honor for me to know these guys and to have worked with them, and having that privilege. And again, knowing that bicycling is in your family, and having that relationship there, it just makes it that much more special, right?
It really does. Yeah. I mean, I'm sad to see them retire, but I mean, it's a phase of life. So we just want the best person to be in here. And again, if that's with a shop, that's great. A bicycle shop, if not. I already actually got a text while you were talking from someone who's viewing. So this is great.
Well, and that was the whole point of getting this out. Bobby, was there another question came in?
Is there a set close date, or is it going to continue running until sold?
Very good question about having a firm
that is
date.
yes, they're going to continue running. That's at this point. That's what the thinking is. Mike will be leaving soon.
Yeah.
But Martin's going to keep it up and maybe get some people
until
to
it is
help.
sold, or
Yes.
until there is a deal that
Correct.
is done.
Correct.
And then whether the question is, will it be maintained as a bike shop, or will it be another business that
Yeah.
that will insure? So
Yeah.
yes, there is not yet. There's not a
Yeah.
well, they're closing. They got to
Yeah, no.
liquidate everything.
No,
None of that is on the
not a
table
fire
just
sale.
yet.
No.
Exactly,
Yeah.
not just yet.
Yeah.
This is just an announcement to let people know, open for business and for sale.
Yeah.
And
we've had a couple very serious inquiries. We just wanted to get it out there.
Yeah.
So that everybody knew.
And again, you can't beat this view, Bobby. Look at this view one more time, right here from these gorgeous windows, like you said, having. There's no other view like this.
It's
Looking at these
beautiful.
mountains,
Yeah.
unobstructed view of the Huachucas,
I know.
while Martin and Mike, or Mike and Martin, are working on these bicycles all day and every day.
It's great.
And just doing what their passion is. How awesome is it for someone to find their passion, turn it into a
Right?
business,
I
and
agree.
then be able to come to the point where they can say, just like Martin said, hey, this fed my family every day
met his
for
wife
30
here.
years.
I mean, it's
met
incredible.
my family. Yes, exactly.
It's incredible.
And then, but the joy and the beauty of being a part of this community
Yeah.
is that having those relationships, it just runs so deep.
I agree.
And having those friendships that have been created here at M&M Cycling because of M&M Cycling, all the opportunities for all those bicyclists out there to be able to just hop on a bike and go right out to the mountains, or go right around the amazing bike paths that the city has
Yeah.
all across Sierra Vista. There's nothing like it. And M&M, while there is no hardcore closing date, it will be missed. We're just bragging about you and talking about how. Again, 30 years. It's worthy of a round of applause from everyone who's watching right now. Leave some love in the live chat for a business, a legacy business, 30 years. We can call that a legacy business around here, man. Is there anything you'd like to tell people who are watching right now, who maybe have been customers here and have come in for maybe even all 30 years? I don't know. Let us know in the live chat if you've been here for all 30 years.
We definitely have a huge loyal base that's sorely going to miss me and Mike whenever this place goes, or what's going to happen. But we've been very fortunate to have that loyal customers, and it's been great. It's been a great run, but all good things come to an end,
They do.
at some point.
They do.
Yeah.
And whether it continues to be a bike shop with the help of Martin helping a transition time, or if it ends up being something else, the lady to talk to is Michelle Hagele, and you can text her right now. Literally, she's getting texts as we've been live here.
Yeah.
So I mean, the answers to your questions are
Yes.
there. But the main thing to remember is we love our business community in Sierra Vista. We love those businesses that get involved in the community and always have the community at heart. And the heartbeat of the bicycling community comes through these two letters, M&M, here in Sierra Vista. M&M created magic for 30 years right here in Sierra Vista. And Martin, we're so proud of you and Mike, and just we love you guys, and we're grateful for you. And we wish you the best when that time comes that the deal is sealed and the papers are signed. And Mike heads to the Pacific Northwest. You get a quick trip back to Scotland, then you come back. You don't leave us forever. You're stuck with me.
Yeah.
You're absolutely stuck with me.
We'll put on some more triathlons, Jeff.
That's what we got to do.
Get those kids back out there.
We got to do that. Let's go with the triathlon. So much fun in store. Even Maggie's, having a good day today. Even though she barked at Bobby. I don't know why she barked
I think
at
it was
Bobby.
the camera.
I don't know, but anyway, for more information about M&M Cycling, we have their Facebook page in the post description. Please give them a follow and see all the great things that they do here. And then, of course, if you are interested in more information, or for more information about purchasing, or maybe passing along information, Michelle Hagele's phone number is in the post description, and she is the pro of all pros when it comes to commercial properties here in the greater Sierra Vista area, and she will be able to help you get a great deal, but make sure that most of all, that this amazing property right here on Fry Boulevard continues to be a shining light, a shining beacon for the Sierra Vista and Fry Boulevard community. Right?
Perfect. Well said.
Thank you. And everybody go to Netflix and watch The Flying Scotsman tonight. Go check that out, and you can see the guy who played. Now everybody wonders, who would play me in the movie. I know that I look like dollar store Christian Slater, so I know exactly that Christian Slater would play me in a movie. What's it like watching a movie about you and seeing someone play you?
It's weird. It took a while before I even wanted to watch it, because it's the real story is a little bit different, you know. And I
Dramatized. I mean,
yeah, I wish. It's made for Hollywood. It's made for movie. But I wish back in the day when we were working together, touring Europe and doing all these races, I wish I had a little camera. I could have done a documentary with all the inside stuff, because that would have been pretty huge. Because that's what they do these days. Netflix jumps onto like a soccer team or what they think
follows them for their season.
Them depending what might happen, and if it goes to glory or things go well, it's that Netflix has got things all over the place, following people, you know. But maybe we should have had them in here 30 years ago, and they could have done a documentary on M&M.
I know.
And all the trials and tribulations.
What's wrong with Ted Sarandos not inventing Netflix 30 years ago? I mean, come on, this is crazy. But
and
anyway,
thanks to you as well.
We love you guys, and absolutely need to get my bicycles in here one more time to get fixed up and ready to continue on riding for the summer. But Michelle, thank you so much for your time here today. Martin, Mike, thank you, buddy, for everything. We love you. And say hi to Mike in the back there.
That's where he likes to be.
That is right.
He warned me today, you know.
He warned you?
Yeah, I'm staying back there.
Well,
and it is a little bit. I think it's a little bit nerve-wracking. I've been thinking about it, going on live with you, and I'm sure you feel the same way. But nerves are good, I think, for doing stuff like this, you know.
I'm never nervous when it comes to hanging out with Martin. I get to, we've done so many things in the past, like you mentioned, the youth triathlons and stuff. Again, helping young people in this community, one of the greatest things that any business can do, and the heartbeat of the bicycling community pumps through this heart right there. M&M Cycling, open for business, but also for sale. Check the post description for all the details, and if you'd like more information, Michelle's number is in the post description. Send her a text message, give her a call, and be sure to follow M&M Cycling on Facebook. Share their posts around and let everybody know the bicycling community is so strong here in Sierra Vista because of amazing businesses no greater than M&M Cycling here on Fry Boulevard. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for already texting Michelle. She's already very impressed by that, so we appreciate you doing that. But guys, have a safe day, safe riding out there, always safe riding, and we will check in with you again later on. Thanks so much, man.
We'll check in with you later.
That's right.